Welcome to Spam Filter for Your Brain, bite-sized ponderings on how our thoughts influence our behaviour and our lives, and because we're all connected, how our thoughts impact the world. I'm here to help people reconnect with their bodies and declutter their brains. And I don't believe that we should just magically know how our emotions and our thoughts impact our lives if no one ever teaches us. So let's learn this stuff together. Most of us have narratives about our body that we've been telling ourselves for our whole lives, or at least the part of our lives where we've been aware of our bodies. And that often coincides with the time of our lives where we started to receive messages from the external world about our bodies. And most of us are also aware that we don't always talk that kindly to ourselves about our bodies, about our physicality, or maybe there's just one particular area of your body that you really know that you should be kinder to yourself about, but somehow actually transforming that never seems to stick. And this podcast this week is just looking at some very fundamental questions that you can ask yourself to try and interrupt that pattern. And it's a series of questions. I want you to ask yourself, who taught you that? Who taught you that message that you're repeating to yourself and saying that it's yours? I want you to ask yourself, do you like it? Do you like speaking to yourself like that? Do you like feeling the way that you feel when you say that thing to yourself? And I wonder if you'd say it to somebody else. Mostly, this is the one that I think gets people. They know full well that they wouldn't speak to somebody else the way that they're speaking to themselves. And then it just leads to the final one, which is so gentle but so important, which is, do you want to keep this thought or not? Is this something that you want to continue to say to yourself? It doesn't have to be, it can be, there's no right or wrong answers. It just enables a little bit of looseness and a little bit of air around the idea that these voices that we talk to ourselves with do impact the way that we hold ourselves in the world, and therefore do impact the world. It impacts the way that we interact with other people. It impacts the way that we are able to make meaningful change in the world. If we are absorbing and manifesting and holding and repeating fat phobia, ableism, ageism, heteronormative, white, supremacist beauty standards that are taught to us, absolutely ingrained within us, if we are repeating these things, we are upholding these structures and taking responsibility for the fact that we are repeating this stuff isn't about self-blame. It's about acknowledging that we have the power to write new stories, and we also have the power for it to be a roadblock, that you don't have to continue this on forever, that the next generation doesn't have to deal with this stuff, that we could halt it now. We could decide to be the dam that stops this stuff. Quite often agency can feel scary because it means letting go of waiting for our bodies to change in the way that we've been told that will make us acceptable and lovable and safe. And waiting for external validation is never a kind, comfortable, easy place to be sitting. And actually, even though it feels like we're letting go of control, waiting for someone else to give us acceptability, lovability, safeness in our own skin is nothing like agency. It's the complete opposite. Deciding to interrupt some of these stories so that you can tell the story that you want to, the kindness that you want to be, sort of compassion that you want to see out there in the world with your body, within your body, with the way that you move within the skin that you're in. This can be your choice, and that choice is your responsibility. You don't have to speak to yourself with any more kindness than you already do. But I can tell you from standing the other side, it's a hell of a lot nicer. If you'd like help to do any of this stuff, you know where I am. Come and find me at selfcareschool.co.uk. I'll speak to you next week. If you've been enjoying what you're hearing on the podcast, you will love Self-Care School. Self-Care School is longer versions of this, more in-depth and more personalised. We have a whole hub of courses from body image to boundaries, perfectionism, time management, and a whole range of other topics. You name it, there's probably a course on it. But most importantly, we also have a weekly group coaching call where you get to apply this stuff to your everyday life and get support to try and untangle your own story from some of the emotions that you might not be enjoying in your life. If you would like to learn how to apply this work to your specific situation and to be building a life of your dreams, I would love to see you inside. Do pop over to selfcareschool.co.uk.